Well, hello Clockhouse. I bet you weren't expecting to hear from me, but just wanted to catch up with you as it's getting to that time where we're thinking about coming back to school. I know the weather hasn't been great, but I hope you all had a lovely holiday and managed to make lots of wonderful memories, do lots of wonderful things, which we certainly can't wait to hear about. Now, I've had some messages on Dojo and some emails with different questions about what it's going to look like when we return. So I'm going to try and fill you in as much as I can as we sit here now, and then shortly after I've sent this video, there will be a letter that really breaks everything down. So please do read that as well. So the children from years 1 to 6 come back till next Thursday the 2nd of September. We are in school, well, lots of staff are in school today, but we are actually officially back on the Wednesday on the 1st, and the children from year 1 to 6 are back on the 2nd. Obviously, reception and nursery, you've got your dates of when you need to be back. Now I have to refer to my notes with lots of things to tell you about. So we have taken on board your feedback and feedback from the staff, and also obviously had to look at what the government are telling us and their expectations and their guidance and what our risk assessment says. So whilst a lot is back to normal outside in the world, things are still going to be a little bit different for us. We're not going to change too much, we are going to change some things. So you will be pleased to know there is no queuing. I know that was one thing that you were desperate to get rid of. However, there will be some slight changes. So we're going to do a soft start. So on the letter that comes out, it gives you the times that the children will be expected to come into, and then coming from that time to the finish time. So from 8:45 to between 8:45 and 8:55, and the same at the end of the day, there will be a soft finish. So the idea is then you can come at a time that suits you within that 10-minute gap, and you will not, hopefully, there'll be not so many people on site and you'll not be standing around. The site won't be open until 5 minutes before the start of the day. So if you get here before that, you will have to queue. So my advice is don't get here before that. All the gates will be open, so you can come in the back gate. They won't be assigned to particular year groups. So the back gate will be entry and exit. Obviously, just going to be a bit aware of people coming and going. The driveway gate and the gate by Linwood Drive are going to be entry only, and the two middle gates in the Key Stage 1 playground are going to be exit only, just to keep that flow going as much as we can. And we do ask that you drop and go, or you pick up and go, you don't hang around. We will be saying to year 4 to 6, the parents can come on site, but we're encouraging you not to, actually, because one thing we learnt last year was how independent the children were and how great they were at getting themselves to their classroom. So try leaving them at the gate. The less parents we can have on site, the better. If your child is going to be in year 4 to year 6, was on the walk home list last year, that will continue for Thursday and Friday of next week, and then you'll need to sign a new permission for the Monday. If you don't want them to walk home, you change your mind, or for whatever reason, just let us know and we'll take them off that list straight away. We will be keeping the children in their classes, but we will be operating year group bubbles, so the children can mix with other children in their year group. But we will be carrying on with the staggered break times and lunch times for a number of reasons. It's meant the playtimes will be much nicer for the children, less accidents and so on, and better access to the provision. And we will be carrying on with lunches in the classrooms for now. So uniform, we do expect obviously the children to come back in full school uniform, and on PE days we are asking that they come in full school PE kit. That was really slipping towards the end of the summer, but you wouldn't send your children in non-school uniform normally, so it must be full school PE kit, and those days will be communicated with you before we return, but it won't be till starting to the week of the 6th of September, so no PE for those first 2 days back. Reading books will be coming home, and staff will communicate that we're bringing back reading records, so for you to sign and then for the children to get their raffle tickets that way, not on Dojo. Letters will carry on as they have been, so we won't be save loads of paper, which helps save money, which goes back to your children, so that's worked really well. So we will be carrying on with letters as they were. And we will have, you've probably heard a lot about the news about ventilation. So classrooms will be ventilated, doors, windows will be open. So just bear that in mind. Now, I know you're probably a little bit worried about positive cases. So as you know now, anybody who's double jabbed or under the age of 18 years and 6 months do not have to isolate if they're in close contact with a positive case. We don't do that track and tracing. Now, that all goes to track and trace, and they will get in touch with you if they feel your child has been at close contact and will ask your child to do a PCR test. But we don't have to currently, under these guidance, shut any bubbles. So hopefully we'll have continuity of education. Obviously, if your child does have symptoms, we don't want them in school. If they have symptoms, please let us know and go and get that PCR test. Not the lateral flow if they've got symptoms. It must be that PCR test, the one where you go to a site and it takes a little bit of time to come back. The letter explains it much better and in much more detail, so have a read of that, and if you've got any questions, come back to me. Some few other housekeeping bits. Uniform that was ordered before the holiday can be picked up on Wednesday the 1st of September between 10:30 and 2:30. And then the uniform shop will open for anybody who hasn't ordered uniform but needs uniform from the 6th of September. So I know that makes it a bit difficult if you forgot to order, but do bear with us. It's only orders that have been picked up on the 1st of September between those times. And on the first full week back, so the week beginning the 6th of September, we're going to be having a Peter Pan week. And on the Friday, we'd really love it if the children come to school in something to do with Peter Pan. A letter will be coming out about that shortly, but it'll be really nice to start the year off with a bang and do something lovely with the children. Apart from that, I think I've covered everything I needed to say to you. As I say, the letter will explain it in much better and much more detail. Other than that, enjoy the rest of your holiday, and we really look forward to seeing you next week. Take care, everyone. Bye.